So if somebody sitting in US had a budget of $100 million and they already planned for it, this is my infra bucket, this is my talent bucket, this is my overall service delivery expenses, and then on top of that there is a policy which says I'll give you 10 millions in return, when you do it in particular location, when you do for certain industries. Like you have seen a lot of policies focused on deep tech, on semiconductors, on all of these industries which are quite critical for our inclusive growth of India.
Hi, you're watching The Mainstream. I am Simran Shiwalkar, your host for today, and we are in Pune witnessing the second edition of the GCC Converge Summit 2026 brought to you by The Mainstream. I'm joined by Mr. Shammi Prabhakar. Firstly, Shammi, thank you so much for joining us today and joining me in this dialogue as well.
Thank you, Simran.
Hey, let's lead with your experience first. Can you tell us how has it been so far connecting with all the GCC leaders from various ecosystems under one roof?
That's perfectly fine with GCC getting so much of hype. We have so much of noise. I think this is a very good opportunity to connect with peers and talk about something which makes sense.
Right.
And that's always welcome when you have a smaller room with all relevant people talking on relevant topics. It's really good for the ecosystem as a whole.
Thank you so much.
Excited for that.
Absolutely. That being said, Shammi, we have been hearing about the big growth story of GCCs. Do you think there is any change in terms of policy incentives, whether it's, state policies or at national level? What has been your, takeaway from this?
I would say it's icing on the cake, the policy. My honest view on that is when somebody has made a decision to open a GCC, they don't look at policy in first place. But definitely it helps a lot in terms of saving a significant amount from their budget. So if somebody sitting in US had a budget of $100 million and they already planned for it, this is my infra bucket, this is my talent bucket, this is my overall service delivery expenses, and then on top of that there is a policy which says I'll give you 10 millions in return, when you do it in particular location, when you do for certain industries. Like you have seen a lot of policies focused on deep tech, on semiconductors, on all of these industries which are quite critical for our inclusive growth of India. At the same time, there's a lot of policies focusing on tier 2, tier 3 cities likes of Nagpur, or in Maharashtra if you talk about, or Nasik, or if you go to Karnataka, they have similarly Mysore or Bangalore. Every single state, at least the 5 top states which are fighting for the GCC, they are all trying to promote more cities beyond the capital. Fortunately, Pune is already there on the top. There are a lot of opportunities beyond these bigger cities, which is not congested, which is not that difficult to live in. People don't want to move out. So definitely a welcome move from the government. However, I would say beyond the policy benefits, the stakeholders look at ease of doing business first priority. Announcing a policy is really welcome move, but then how do you get the benefit of those policies? How clearly the terms articulated? How clearly what are the playlist for that, right? How do you apply for it? When are you eligible? So those things matter, and that is where I think there are differentiator when you compare different state policy. There are some of them are really doing well comparing to others who are having very nice policy on the paper but not getting enough traction.
Absolutely. And how do you think organizations can leverage these policies to their benefits?
So I think there are a lot of benefits in terms of if an organization know that definitely when they start small, the benefits are also smaller, but when they want to grow, they already have a bigger center in the metros likes of Mumbai or Pune or Bangalore, these cities, and now they're comfortable, they know what's working, what's not working. Now they can always opt for a satellite center in a smaller city which comes with up to 20%, 25% cashback kind of a scheme. It's always good for them. Whatever they invest in the infra, whatever they invest in the talent, they're going to get the money back. Beyond that, that's only the motivation. There's another fact that a lot of jobs which can be easily done from these places. The retention rates are quite better comparing to any other metro cities. People have, very good life for them. They live with their parents. So I think all those things work really well, but it only works when there are 2 things happening. One is somebody has made a decision to come to India to open a GCC, number 1. And 2, somebody has surety, certainty, they're going to get the benefit. Until we have the route for that, I think policies on paper doesn't help alone. You have to have a playbook for that.
Absolutely. And is there a role for public-private collaboration in that case for a lot of GCCs?
Certainly there are a lot of collaborations happening, but I think again Hyderabad is a good example here in this case. They have really done it well, where they have created committees with people from industry, people from the government. They're working like a core team, and that's how you see the news breaking every day. The new GCC is getting in. I think Maharashtra is doing something similar. We are also trying to do something similar with a lot of efforts going on from the government, from the CMOs and from Mitra, from a lot of other governments body. They're trying to engage a lot GCC leaders. I believe whoever doesn't do that today, it's not an option anymore. So if you sit in silo, you issue a policy, you say we are giving incentives, work will come to us, it will never happen. You have to be proactive. You have to be partnering with the people on the ground. Then only you can convert.
Thank you so much, Shammi, for this insightful dialogue, and I look forward to connect with you again.
Sure. Thank you.